Hello, this is Fred at the Gate with today's devotional. Please read Numbers, the 14th chapter, verses 26 through 38, and I want to heighten the awareness to all my brothers and sisters of Christ. Please be careful how you speak. You see, our words really do have power, and they really matter. My brothers and sisters, the Bible lets us know that the tongue has the power to speak life or death, and we have to deal with the consequences. So be careful how you speak. Now, what's taking place in this 14th chapter of Numbers, the Israelites yet again have moaned, complained, and grumbled against Moses and Aaron. And so in this, God responds as, how long will I have to deal with this evil congregation who speaks against me? Notice that their complaint is against Moses and Aaron, but God says they're complaining against him. And that's what we need to understand. Make certain that you don't speak against God's chosen vessel. That man or woman of God that is representing God, that is doing, regardless of what is or isn't taking place, it's not your place to speak against them, to come against them, because when you oppose them, you are opposing God himself. Now, we also need to understand that our disobedience causes God to oppose us. You know, people will often say, well, if God is for you, who can be against you? And that is true. However, let's flip the script. If God is against you, who can be for you? So be mindful of that. If you are in opposition of God, the one who is the giver and sustainer of all life, the one who meets every need, the one that is healing, providing, protecting, if he's in opposition to you, then you don't have a leg to stand on. So understand this, as much as you're running your mouth, when you speak, God is listening. God hears what you say if you shout it from the mountaintops or in those little dark crevices where you think you're hiding. You may be hiding from man, but you can't hide from God. And so God is listening. And understand this, and this is, I believe, is the most important. What you communicate is what you initiate. Yes, my brothers and sisters, we speak it into existence. For time after time after time again, the Israelites complain and they moan and they groan, and all of their conversation was going back to Egypt or dying, going back to Egypt or dying, going back to, they even wanted to stone Moses. They wanted to pick their own leader to go back to Egypt, but they constantly talk about dying in the wilderness, dying in the wilderness. And God eventually honored their request. He says, Moses, you tell them, I've heard what they've said, and I'm going to give them exactly what they've asked for. They constantly asked to die in the wilderness. They got it. My brothers and my sisters, your tongue has the power to speak life and death. So speak always to uplift. Speak to build up, to encourage. Speak positively. Speak life. Life over every situation. Life for you and those you love and those that you don't even know. Life, because God is listening and God will honor our request. So my brothers and my sisters, what's on the tip of your tongue? What are you speaking? Please be careful how you speak, because God is listening, and eventually God will honor that request.